Hi! Sometimes I don't know when this is starting. So we're talking about the three biggest mistakes that teachers make when it comes to subplans. I know it's the summer and you're like, I'm not ready to think about subplans, but subplans hit us out of nowhere. So we're going to talk about the three mistakes that teachers make, how to solve them, and it's going to help your entire year. Okay, so the first mistake, mistake number one, and that is not leaving them in advance, which is how we get into this problem to begin with. When I was teaching, we had to have 5 days of plans, and we had to have it in like a subtub or a place where somebody on our team knew where it was, and then we had to tell our team leader. I was the team leader, so I needed to know where everyone's subplans were. And it was easy for me to find. We also had like a partner, like a teacher partner, because I had 13 people on my team. We had a teacher partner so that the other person, we could call them. We didn't have to go through, we didn't have to find everyone and tell everyone. So that was the first thing. Have the plans prepared in advance. Do this when you first go back to school. Just get those plans prepared, get them all ready to go so that if you need them in an emergency, you have them. So that is mistake number one that we often make. Let's get rid of it this year. By the way, I'm Trina Debery, and this is my page, One Tired Teacher with Trina Debery. So welcome. I'm glad you're here. All right, so I'm going to keep going. So the next mistake, the second, because this is going to be very short. The second mistake that teachers often make with subplans is they leave really vague plans. They say, go turn to page 102 or turn to page 15 in the reading series. Use this story and then do pages blah, 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 blah. And it's really vague plans, and substitutes get confused and they don't know how to log in. Teachers will leave things where they have to log in to get to the slides, and the substitute can't get to the slides, and it's really frustrating and very nerve-wracking and such an anxiety-inducing moment when you are there to cover a class and things don't work correctly. So vague lesson plans is our second mistake. So that's why we want to do them in advance, so that they're not vague, they're very informative, and they don't have to be something really complicated. I actually have subplan templates and lessons for subs and for teachers so that you can fill them out in advance and they're all ready to go. They have all the things that you need, and they have the actual lessons. And all you need is to find a book that you want them to read so that they can do a little reading activity that has to do with the book. All right, and the last mistake we're going to talk about today is mistake number 3, and that is skipping the housekeeping pages. So sometimes we are in such a rush that we end up skipping the basic information we need to tell them, like what students get pulled out, what time do they go, what's your schedule? That's another important one. Does anyone need to go to get meds from the nurse? These are like housekeeping. I'm going to show you what they look like. Housekeeping pages that make life so much easier. So these are in my subplans. I've got the daily schedule. I've got dismissal procedures. This is a huge one. Pull out schedule and like the nurse needs, anything like that, and then a blank for subs to leave notes to the teacher. You only have to do this once. Fill this out once and then make copies, and you're done. You don't have to do it again. I have more to share about subplans, but I'm going to make this short, so that's what we're going to end today. I hope this helps. I hope this helps you avoid those 3 mistakes. And anytime you need a day off, take one. Bye for now.